So this is recording on the cloud then. Okay. All right. Welcome everyone. This is our first meeting with the delegates team. So broadly, we want to place the 11th International Conference. Few things that have been decided, I'm placing them so that you can share your observations. First one is that the dates have been set to 27th to 29th November 2026. The mode is going to be online. We will not have physical conference. A lot of government regulations are there, so we are only going to have online conference. The theme this time is quite broad theme, and the theme is transformative role of education for global peace and harmony. And of course, we'll be discussing the holistic value-based education, which is basically for developing the full potential of the human being, that is human consciousness. And through that development, the development of a humane society. And naturally, it will address the social concerns at their root. So we'll be taking the solution-centric approach like we have been taking all along. And in this, we will have panel discussions or seminar talks on all these topics like higher education, school education, holistic health, SDGs, counseling, and the extension activities like the village extension or rehabilitation programs or the work that is being done in jails. So this is one important aspect of the conference. Then the second thing is about the purpose of this conference. This year, we have broadened the purpose of the conference to not only reach out to the international audience, but include very specifically the Indian audience as well. So once we have more strength in the nation, then we can have a better connect with the outside world also, which we have been placing all along. That what so basically both these are major objectives of the conference this time. So we would like to reach out to all the regions in the nation as well as the international audience. And of course, you can focus on the SAARC countries or you can focus on the whole world. That we'll see how much we can do that. And another important thing is that we want to hear the people who are working on human values in education in various different modes, in different ways that they are making this effort. And we want to work out our complementarity with them. So, listening to the people who are working on human values, there are lots of people and lots of ways in which they are working. They have different definitions of what is progress and what is development and so on. So, maybe that we have to decide how we are going to do that. Maybe it is through the panel discussions, or maybe it is through separate sessions. But since the time of the conference is very limited, we'll have to see how that is done. That is still kind of open right now. And the other objectives or the purpose of the conference is as it is before, but just for the sake of completeness, let me read out that we want to reach this proposal of holistic value-based education, and in particular about the human values portion to all educational policy makers and institutions across the country and internationally. So we'll try to reach out to those people who have not yet been through UHV, so that there are new people who are not necessarily familiar with UHV. So we'll try to reach to those people. Third thing that I've written here is consolidation of the overall UHV effort. See, these events are just uh, events in a long journey, not to be taken as standalone events. So as we have these major events, we tend to consolidate all the efforts, all the impact, all the feedback that has been received so far. So it is a good opportunity to do that. So that is what I mean by consolidation of the overall UHB effort. The fourth thing that I've written here is we get a view about how to present it effectively in an engaging manner. Because, see, our language or technical words that we use may not be in the normal usage. So, how do we present it so that it reaches to the other person? So, that is very important. So, and it has to connect to the actual need of the day. So they have to be able to see. So all this happens during the conference, particularly when we are talking to people from other countries, particularly or people who have a different kind of background. So this also happens during the conference, and then this view also gets developed in the volunteers who are working towards the completion of the conference, and then beyond that, the activity that has to be done beyond the conference also. So this is very important. It helps in self-development. It helps in the development of the team, and then they can offer it to the society also. So many people who prepare for for example, the panels particularly, uh, they may or may not uh, express themselves during the conference, but after the conference or in between, they have a lot of opportunity to use that material, use their expression in their own institution or in nearby institutions or in other conferences. So that kind of preparation happens during mm, all that happens during the preparation for the conference. So that is another major objective. The second last one is identification of the team. See, ultimately, this is not my conference or somebody's conference. It is our conference. And we have opportunity to identify all the team members and motivate them to be able to see that this is our conference. This is meaningful for us. And we are making this effort together. So that team, and of course, second thing there is that it is a long process. It takes time. So we have to see, who is ready for that commitment and who is ready with the stamina that it requires. So all that identification of team also takes place through this process. So briefly, that is what we have about the conference. So if you have any thoughts on this, you can share. Yes. So we have been joined by Gauri Shankarji and Vijayshri Raju Panchal also. So welcome everyone. So if you have any thoughts on what I've said so far, uh, we can take those thoughts. Yes, Kumar.
Nice, Priya. So, you have presented the whole vision for the conference and the way we have to move ahead. Now, going further, I'd just like to add a few things. So, this year we have started early. So, I propose that we can start meeting regularly and we can decide upon the time and frequency for the meeting of the delegate team. So, for the previous conference, we are meeting thrice a week from 6:30 to 7:30 a.m. If that becomes possible, then we can go ahead with that. I think the team has to decide upon that. And last year we also had pre-conference meetings, so we have to now add to the number of pre-conference meetings. So last time I do feel that we had more than 15 contacts that we could make successfully and who had expressed some interest of going ahead. So we can start with them and we can keep contacting more and more people uh, who are some sort of uh, active in this field and are also able to express their interest. We can also try to get in touch with people who have been working for value-based education different ways and try to listen to them. So now we can also have some pre-conference meetings in which we listen to the people outside our country who have been working for value-based education and see what they are trying to do, what they are trying to say. If we find that valuable, then we can try to give them some space in our conference for sharing their view on report of their work. Of course, taking care of all the basic guidelines. So this is something that we can do further, and we can invite some more ideas from our team. Ila Didi could not join today, but I would like Tara Bhaiya to share his views on this, and then we can go ahead.
Yeah, so when we come to how to go about it, I didn't talk about that, but there are some points over here and there is a timeline. So what is expected is that we identify the scope of this activity of this team, what are the deliverables, who are going to be members of the team, and what is the timeline. Timeline is important. We are starting early this year because we want to complete all the major decisions before the national volunteers meet. And we want to have one rehearsal before this national volunteers meet. So that the last few months are used for, 1 second. Sorry. So we want to complete the major decisions before the 4th of July, before the end of the national volunteers meet. So, um, so that there are no changes after that, no new things come up, and we try to work on those things at the last minute. So this time they are trying to make all the major decisions well in time, and so there, and since we want to have national connect also, we want to involve volunteers to join from every region, from each and every region. Like last time also that was done, but this time more specifically for the delegates, we'll have uh, keep track of how many people are there who are joining from different regions, and um, we want to try to organize so that the participation of each volunteer is in one shift rather than in both the shifts during the conference. And before that, also keep the meetings to a minimum so that it is not an overburden for the volunteers, and keep it. So that is the second point. And the third point is minimize volunteers who are already taking responsibility in other teams. So if we have people who are working in other teams, we have to try to minimize that, duplication. So with that, we can also now talk about the how to go about it. So welcome, Taraji. You can
जी
now share your points.
जी sir, जी sir. So yeah, as stated so far, the objective and the extension of this conference to the listener, starting from national to international. So for that purpose, what are the things expected from our delegate team? Uh, that majorly inviting the delegates, not only invitation. Our objective starts from invitation to certification till they go, and means how they feel throughout the conference. So the entire thing this delegate team can think of. because the way we start inviting, the delegate start feeling how important they are to the conference, and how we deal with them throughout the process, that gives the feel of the conference. So in that context, we are in the process of preparing the team, and I think in the last time Raju Panchal Bhaiya, Gauri Bhaiya, then many other team members, including Upasna Didi, Akash Bhaiya, then Israt Didi, so many people, uh, few names I'm not able to recollect now. Under the guidance of Kumar Bhaiya, we have done a lot of activity, inviting foreign delegates, inviting national delegates, having a meeting with them for um, 1 hour or 2 hour, just to like pre-conference meet kind of thing we have done. And I think a lot of experience we have obtained from last two conferences. Of course, Ila Didi, Israt Didi, you yourself, Rajul ji, Kumar Bhaiya, all of you are there to mentor us, to help us in any position when we need. So yeah, we are in the process for preparing this activity, and certainly we try to ensure more than two minimum volunteers from each region. And uh, delegate team has this privilege that once the delegation registration part is over, then we can certainly shift to other teams for whatever role we want mostly. So we will try to minimize the volunteers who are already in other responsibility, but few people like from each team, if they will be the part of the delegate team, it will be helpful. The reason being, so suppose organizing partners, the volunteer who is organizing or working with organizing partners, one member from them can be with us, so that he or she can be a bridge for gathering information, for particularly for delegate list from the organizing partners to us. Similarly, like the panel, what the panels will be, from them also, if we can have one volunteer with us, so that they can constantly monitor the seat, and they can find out these delegates who have registered or to whom they want and to invite particularly, so that they will be acquainted with the process, how we are inviting, or how we are monitoring the registration, etc. So certainly, I think we will come with more innovative way to invite more and more delegates, and in particular people who are working on value education, social well-being. So that will also see. Ji, sir.
Yeah, nice. Others, they want to say something.
So Raju Bhaiya, or uh, I think Krishna Vani ji joined first time this year. Then Gauri Shankar Bhaiya or Vijay Sri Didi, if you have any input or any observation or any commitment you like to share. Ji.
जी जी नमस्ते भैया, नमस्ते सभी को।
Ji
जी
bhai.
माय वॉइस इज ऑडिबल?
Yes, clear. You can go ahead.
जी 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 सो एज पर द गाइडेंस ऑफ कुमार भैया, वी विल वर्क, नो प्रॉब्लम। दिस इज द ओनली शेयरिंग फ्रॉम मी। जी भैया, थैंक यू।
Ji. Raju Bhaiya was updating the seat. He was very consistent last time, which in fact started the momentum that yes, anytime somebody is sharing the data, it is being updated in the seat. Yeah. So thank you, Bhaiya. Okay.
जी
Vijay Sri is
थैंक यू,
listening.
थैंक यू।
Ji. Yeah. So I think Krishna Mani Didi joined first time. We must listen to her. Didi, are you able to make any observation that what we are going to do, what is expected, and can you see your role in that? Krishna Beniji.
As per your
Yes.
every weekly meeting, we are support, sir. Whatever work you are allotted, I have to do my best, sir. Because this is my first time. Previously, last conference I have attended, and this time I have to volunteer, sir.
So here, means work will not be allotted. Rather, work we will means we can take from our side. So basically, we will do a collaborative effort, and we will try to complement each other. So looking at the different kind of activities, we may choose where we fit best and what best we can do, and moreover, what best way we can complement the other if other is looking for certain kind of help. Very nice. Yeah. So I think Gauri Shankar Bhai is also giving his consent. We will go as per guidance. So yes. Kumar Bhaiya or Raju ji, if any input for all of us or any claims.
Yeah, we'll see from my side, I would say that we keep it to what we can practically do and not overstretch or over try things, and put. Um, so we should be practical as to what can be done in the given time. So uh, because everybody is having already full-time job, so with that, how much time can they spend and without getting a lot of pressure? So that we have to see that. Um, um, so that is one thing, and second thing is that, of course, the delegate team has to play a very central role in the conference, and it is not a role which will finish. When you have the delegates, it will continue. So the engagement of the delegates till the conference starts, that is going to be very important, and that is what Kumar also mentioned about the pre-conference meetings. These are very important. We had 7 pre-conference meetings last time, and um, some of us could join for that conference, I mean, that pre-conference meetings. So if more of us can join for the pre-conference meetings, and the objective of that meeting is basically to motivate them to join the conference. So we try to do that. We can, through those meetings, identify delegates for panels or suggest that this delegate might be a good person for such and such a panel. We can suggest those things. We can also identify speakers, potential speakers for the conference. So those things can happen with the pre-conference meetings. So we are requesting all the um, all the panels also to be part of these pre-conference meetings so that they have direct interaction with them wherever it is possible, and then later on have separate pre-conference meetings on the particular topic so that they can uh, one second.
Very nice, Tara Bhaiya. And before Raju Bhaiya is able to connect again, so let me welcome Krishna Veni ji. I think I'm interacting with you for the first time, but certainly your participation will be very nice. And just try to see how much you can be available. Please let us know. We'll plan accordingly for you. You are from southern region, Krishna Veni ji?
Yes, sir. South region from Tamil Nadu, sir. Trichurapalli.
Okay, nice. And how many workshops you attended so far?
I have attended UHV 2, sir. Up to UHV 2, I have attended.
And any other activity or project that you are involved in?
Every Monday we are conduct South Region meeting, sir. We are attended,
Okay.
and that work is going, sir.
Okay, nice. And are you available in the mornings from 6:30 to 7:30?
Morning session. Previously, I have attended, sir. Only
No,
Saturday,
no.
Sunday.
I'm asking if you conduct meetings in the morning from 6:30 to
Yes, sir.
7:30.
6 to 6:30 told, sir. I'm sure, sir. Attending, sir.
Yeah, 6:30 to 7:30. We generally have the meetings. Is that fine with you?
Yes, sir.
What
have
time do you leave for college?
Sir?
What time do you leave for college?
9, sir. 9 to 5.
9 to 5. No, I'm saying what time do you start from home?
Around 8 and
Around
8:15, sir.
Okay, nice, nice. Ji, Rajul bhaiya.
Yeah, so you can decide, how to go about this. One thing that I would definitely suggest is to take a look at having more of these pre-conference meetings so that they are short meetings and effective meetings so that they can be inspired to connect with the conference and stay connected with the conference. And in that context, we have to hear what they have to say. We have to tell them something about the conference, of course, but we have to hear what they have to say. What is their need and how we can connect their need to what we are doing. This is very important. And we can tell them more about the content and other things during the conference or in separate meetings. But the initial meeting is basically to motivate them. But we need to have lots of meetings, pre-conference meetings. So that is one important thing to be done. And the second thing I would say is that we have to evaluate what is the effectiveness of the different modes of connecting to the delegates. So whatever modes were most effective from last year. So we did personal contacts. How many of them actually came for the conference? That number we still don't have the analysis. Similarly, the social media, how many people actually were motivated through that, how much we were able to reach through that. So any other, whatever means that we have, and certainly we have to increase the means of reaching out to the delegates through the organizing partners. So how much was we were able to do from that source? Uh, all these things we must have some proper analysis of this, which we still need to have, so that you can decide on, what where to put your most lot of effort. And the third thing I would say, I've already written these 3 points here: inspire volunteers from every region, organize so that the participation of each volunteer is in one shift, and you have, appropriate amount of time spent before the conference in the meetings and things, and minimize the volunteers who are already taking responsibility in other teams. So, for example, we have Vijayshri in this group right now. So, Vijayshri ji, you have to decide, or you, Tara and Kumar, you have to decide, whether Vijayshri ji can do both the things, or multiple teams she can be part of. I'm just taking Vijayshri ji as an example. So, we remind the volunteers who are already taking responsibility in other teams. So these three things, if you can keep it in mind, that will be nice. But it would be nice if you are able to identify the scope of your activity, how you are going to collaborate with other teams, what is the team, and what is the timeline for the activities. So these are the expectations, I would say, or what we need to achieve well before the National Volunteers meet in July.
Yeah, bhaiya, I have one or two concerns here. So, like, we have to give a high priority to this delegate team so that we can get more and more people from abroad involved in the conference. And if we can also have the schedule of meetings of other teams also, so that will help. For example, if we plan 3 meetings a week.
It's clear to me. Can you repeat the points?
जी भैया.
Your voice is not clear to me.
अच्छा. Okay. How about now?
It's similar, but you can. I'll try to hear what you're saying.
Okay. Let me just. How about now?
Now it is better.
Okay, भैया. Yeah, so like we have to give a little high priority to the delegate team because our basic purpose is to rope in more and more delegates from abroad in the conference and get something started abroad. So we'll have to see how this priority can be assigned. And second thing is like if we can have the schedule of meetings for all the different teams, then we can see the availability of our volunteers in other teams. So maybe we can chalk out some schedule for all the teams, and then we can map it to different teams, or we can check the availability of volunteers for that. Because I think for digging out data about the various universities and about various people, we need a big team here, okay, and for different continents and countries. So if we have to minimize the volunteers who are taking responsibility in other teams, then we'll have to see the schedule of other meetings also in other teams. So these two concerns are there. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, as soon as the teams declare their volunteer team or their own teams, then we can have that discussion. But if we know who is in which team, that will be very helpful. As far as the meeting schedule of the different teams is concerned, that will also be useful. But we won't sort of, we'll leave it reasonably open for the teams to make their own decisions so that we are it's giving them some sufficient flexibility.
Yeah, that is fine. With flexibility, we also have to have some priority. So we can check for different activities when they are going to start their meetings and how frequently they are going to meet in a week. Or we can suggest something like what would be the frequency desired for that meeting of the team.
Yeah, I would say maximum once a week, but each team can decide what they want to do. And in the purpose of the conference that was discussed with admin, it is to reach the proposal of HVB to these policymakers. Whether they decide to implement it immediately or they take time to implement it, that is was not discussed in this. But if that has to be a high priority that people start working on it, then we have to see how we can do it. So those things are, what we have discussed so far.
Okay, भैया. जी.
So each team can put one page or something about the scope of the team activity and be very specific about it. What is the membership of the team and what is the timeline? At least the broad timeline. Like we have put the broad timeline here that we'll have at least 2 rehearsals. Third rehearsal we may have or we may not have. But definitely we want to have one rehearsal before the national volunteers meet. So whatever needs to be done in terms of preparation, that should be in your timeline. So that will be very helpful if you have the timeline of all the teams.
Yeah, Rajul, can
Yeah.
you help us? Means suppose you are leading the delegate team and looking at the timeline, what is your proposed date? Means a kind of thing. Means what are expected at these dates? For example, rehearsal 1, 19 to 21 June. So complete all major decision by 2 to 4 July. That means, is it indicating that by 2nd to 4th July we'll be sending invitation to all delegates? Or I mean, what exactly for delegate team point of view? Yes.
Yeah, for the delegate team, a lot of pre-work would be required before this national volunteers meet. Pre-work means what are the sources that we are going to tap,
Hmm.
and before this meet, we should have the lists from the various organizing partners.
Okay.
Okay.
Hmm.
Between July and November, or before November, end of October, there we have to do a lot of activity which is related to contacting the delegates, going after them, finding out who can participate in different panels, who can be the speaker for that, and so on.
Okay.
So the pre-work would be done before before July, and after July or during July and after July, the major activity of contacting the delegates would be there. Because once you contact a delegate and they are interested, unless we really keep in touch with them and they are continuing to be interested, they will not come for the conference.
Okay. So, if I understood correctly, till end of June or early July, we must be having all the list with us from organizing partners, personal contact, whatever platforms we use. Most of the contacts we should have by that time,
Yes,
and if possible, we can send the mail to them. And by July to November, we will be contacting them, but for mostly for activity, maybe pre-conference meet, or maybe encouraging a more number of participants in their region, like that.
yes,
Okay.
yes. And before this national volunteers meet, whatever technology you need to use for sending the emails or WhatsApps and all that, that should be sorted out before that,
Hmm. Hmm.
isn't it?
Ji, ji.
So like that, we broadly those are the two things that are to be done.
Right.
Yeah.
Ji. Thank you.
Yeah, and the scope of the activity, of course, you have to collaborate with every team. So every team might not be able to send one representative to this team because every team would like to have that. So we have to have some common, some platform or some place where we share all these things.
Hmm. 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 Yes.
And as much of it can happen as, um, um, you know, uh, in a method of, informally, that would be better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Particularly, why I raise this particular point, when all invitation over, when we deal with panel, each panels.
Yeah.
So I have seen health panel always, they're ready with the seat, and they come, please send these mails, and further we will communicate next onwards. But for other teams, they feel difficulty because they start from them and they try to filter, so they struggle. So what I was suggesting, people can be identified. So yes, what you said, they need not to spare a separate volunteer to attend all these meetings with delegate team, but who can feel the breeze, means they can constantly in touch with the delegate team to whatever requirement, and they are equipped with whatever required things from the delegate team.
Yeah, of course. I mean, we are all working together on this. So
Mm.
we just divided it up so that we have some specific deliverables.
Yes.
Doesn't mean that we are not connected and not, I mean,
Hmm, hmm, hmm.
we'll be
Yes.
passing of this and all that. So it is
Yes.
informal connection or relationship based connection.
Yes. Yes.
That has to be there anyway. And as much as we can be open and not try to, sort of decide for others, that way it will be better. And if we
Yes.
can see that there is a value in, going early, that we have to motivate them to see that.
Yes. Yes.
So that will help to make it smooth.
जी.
Otherwise, I could make timeline for everybody, you know.
हम्म. जी.
I've made those timelines many times,
जी.
but it doesn't work, you know. And I mean, it doesn't work in. I mean, I realize that it is not the right way to do.
जी. जी. But it
So
helps. I mean, it gives an idea. Like, yes, plus or minus, it's fine. But at least give us an idea that is up to what extent we can
that
start.
idea, of course, that broadly the guidance has to be there,
Yes.
and those who are able to see that it is like that, then they will go for it.
Yes. And sir, also I was thinking just right now, it came to mind that uh, the tech team or Anil Bhaiya is the database of these volunteers who have been working in the last conference, last to last conference. And at the 11th hour, like for certification or for some other purpose, we find in which team they are, what is the role we ask. So instead of that, I will talk to Anil Bhaiya and tech team where we can have some provision that like these people are in delegate team, say. So it will be at the from the beginning itself. And what we are saying, people are in multiple team that will be identified from the beginning itself. So because it is already in the database, I mean Zoom platform. So let me talk to Anil Bhaiya and the team, tech team. So we can come up with some prompt option this time, I believe.
Yeah, we have to keep doing that.
Mm. This is ठीक है. So
Yeah. Okay, so back to Kumar, your final observations.
Kumar Bhai is in another meeting, I think, written in the chat.
Uh, okay, all right, then you can continue your discussions. Kumar is very busy with his as a director, and I'm amazed that he's doing so many things.
जी, जी.
Yeah, so,
He was requesting meeting to be in late hours in the evening or early in the morning because in the office time he I mean, needs to meet many people.
yeah,
But it's okay. Anyhow, it has happened, and I'm very grateful. Both of you are available. Of course, Ila Didi could not, but it's okay. She needs rest. Vijayasri Didi, Gauri Bhaiya, Raju Panchal Bhaiya, Krishna Beniji, they all have joined. So that is very encouraging. But we gave a very short span of time. So,
yeah. So let's take a photograph of everybody,
yeah,
and we can then close the meeting.
yeah, if possible, we can make our video on.
Yeah, yeah.
Ji, Raju Bhaiya is always in the office. Ji. Gauri Shankar Bhai is also there.